Relationship or relationship? What a good topic. There's a lot of talk about relationships nowadays. It seems that having an intimate relationship has become tough. A game that most of us are bound to lose. Ultimate doom. First, I would like to mention that I'm mostly referring to the Western and westernized world, which is pretty much the whole world to a certain extent. The problem seems to be an issue of entitlement, followed by selfishness and general confusion. A lot of us are entitled to what we deserve in life. Media often portray an over simplistic boy meet girl story that makes people believe in romantic love. But relationships are not meant to be complicated. I look back at the generation of my grandparents. They were married out of tradition and culture, and even necessity, and love is often born by sharing and living together. Surviving was a priority. Being fulfilled and emancipated by love was not even a part of the equation. So what gives? In our worldly society where abundance is just a swipe right away, what will actually solidify a relationship? When the expectations of virtuality far exceeds the banality of reality, and sometimes the scarcity of reality. Okay guys, sorry to interrupt the video. Before we go on, I would like to show you some of our products. Let's start with the male selection. Functional, trendy, and cool. Who does not want to look like a superhero? Now on to our female selection. And you'll always look sexy and feel comfortable with our line of clothing. And last, but definitely not least, our ebooks. They are free for the moment. Do not waste any time. If you are seeing this video, you are one of the lucky few who knows our clothes are still available and at a discount. Cheers then, freaks. So why settle when you can have all the seemingly fun you want? If love is only depicted as passionate, intense, and all-consuming, why should we stay around when this flame fades to the mediocrity of a not-so-glamorous union? Men have always symbolically and subconsciously placed women on a pedestal as an authority to gauge their worth in society. Women have also been depicted as pure, chaste, and devoted. The reality is disappointing or even deceiving. One needs only to hang out with women to understand that they are just as ordinary, normal, and average as men.
Girls are fucked up. Women are non-violent, but they will shit inside of your heart.
Men have always pursued an illusion, an ideal of woman, one that is very much akin to a facade of physical shape and size, clothing, makeup, enticing and charming mannerism, and so far it worked okay. Men have bowed down somewhat to the whims of women for the continuing of mankind and civilization. But what can we do now when society tells us that men are useless, sex-starved, good for nothing mammals, and women are only portrayed as victims and ever deserving of more attention, material goods, and praises? Nowadays men are hopeless and desperate, and it can lead to transcendent behavior when men forsake women for a greater purpose. But in reality, men forsake women to stay in a post-teenager realm where porn and video games work as a substitute to a quote-unquote life, real life. Those who still have the courage to approach women are disappointed. And if they have the skills and the status, they would rather collect women instead of committing to the one. Now let's talk about women, who are probably even more confused than men. They live in a world where they are often told that to be successful is to act like a man, aggressive, provocative, and have career-oriented goals as if that's what they really wanted deep down in their hearts. A beautiful young woman will have the world at her feet until her late 20s. Then she'll rapidly and surely lose more and more male attention as she passes the age of 30. The entitlement of youth will give way to bitterness, despair, and regrets. That, of course, is just an observation of the reality of modern day relationships, and that men and women are still quite attached to traditional gender roles, no matter how much you want to brainwash them and how much they might deny it. Men still want the pretty young thing who will make a good wife and mother. Women still want a strong man who will provide status and security to her and the family they will have.
Men, this is what you look like to a woman. This is all they're after.
There are certain realities that are hard to overlook. Don't leave without subscribing, that's just rude. And check my free meditation guide at pathtoinspiration.com.